Welcome back, everyone, to Factor Cap Paranormal Files. My name is Wes, and this is the series where we break down interesting paranormal videos or videos that are just hard to explain, for example, like Bigfoot or Nessie or different things like that. Now, I've been researching and investigating the paranormal for about 10 plus years now, and I'm pretty strict and pretty hard on these videos because I really just want to see if there is something out there in the world that we might just not be able to explain yet. So, without further ado, we're jumping into another Nuke's Top 5. This is 5 scary things caught on camera and in real life. And it says hyphenated Bigfoot. We have been doing a lot of ghost videos, so I thought I would change it up a little bit and hit some Bigfoot today. I am really on the fence with Bigfoot and Sasquatch like things. Do I think that there could be a mammal that we haven't discovered yet? Absolutely, of course. Do I think that there's an interdimensional being that can travel for the speed of light like some Bigfoot theories suggest? No, I don't. But that's okay. So let's hop into this. Let's see what kind of videos we get, and hopefully we can discuss if they're real or fake.
Top 5 scary things caught on camera. Bigfoot. Sasquatch versus tree. Oil workers at a construction site in Alberta, Canada noticed a large dark figure coming out of the mist in some nearby woods. One of the workers grabbed his phone and began filming the large shape.
There's a creature running up around over the dirt.
Oh yeah, okay, now I see something. Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of coming over the.
Yeah. Oh, just through the tree.
Now, in the original copy of this video, very little can be made out. All we hear are the construction workers talking about something in the misty woods, quote, throwing a tree. But YouTuber Thinker Thunker stabilized and enhanced the video, revealing a much better image of what the workers saw in the mist.
Oh, yeah.
A large dark figure can be seen lurking at the edge of the woods and then actually picking up a tree with one hand and hurling it 30 to 40 feet.
Looks
through the
fake
air.
as shit.
So is this evidence of a Bigfoot caught on tape? Is it a fake tree? Or is it just someone in a Sasquatch suit with truly amazing arm strength? You decide. The Russian
What about the other option where it just looks like it's completely edited? It doesn't look real at all.
Yetis. Now, the accounts of Bigfoot-type creatures from Russia tend to be more of the Yeti/abominable snowman variety. The Yeti is considered to be a slightly different creature from the North American Bigfoot, but similar enough that the names Yeti and Bigfoot are often confused or used interchangeably. In this first clip, some guys are driving on a snowy Russian forest road near the Ural Mountains. The region is infamous for Yeti sightings. The travelers have a strange encounter all their own.
It's kind of creepy. That's a creepy place to have something creepy happen.
The car's driver, Vadim Gilmanov, swears that the footage is 100% real. He says that it could have been someone pulling a prank, but it would have been a very rare location for a joke, as the site was in a mountain forest in the middle of nowhere. Delving even further into the legend of the Russian Yeti, in this video, 5 young Russian boys find some rather large footprints in the snow and decide to follow them to see where they lead.
Да ну нахуй, может пойдем обратно? Шуру первого на мясо пустят нахуй. Да, Шура? А ты первого на мясо пустят. Его на шашлык гриль нахуй. Хуйня. Хуя, что это такое? Тихо, смотри. Кто это? Начинай считать. Ты видишь его? Тихо. Сюда смотри, слышь? Нихуя уебал. Пошли нахуй отсюда. Пошли быстрее нахуй. Да пошли ты. Я говорю, я последний, меня сожрут. Пошел на жопу. Снимаешь, что ты, сука? Ты убежал самый первый. Ты утопаешь.
When the boys find something in the woods at the end of the tracks, they seem to wish they had never decided to investigate.
I mean, it's kind of interesting. The one thing that I noticed, though, that is a little sus is the fact that the tracks they're following are almost in a straight line. And I mean, it just seems like if it's a primate type creature, it would leave tracks similar to humans, and humans don't just leave like, it's almost like he was like walking with his feet together like this and like hopping versus like taking steps, like unless he's like stepping like over his foot every time, right? Like why wouldn't there be why wouldn't there be like tracks next to each other like a normal walking thing? That's kind of my biggest gripe about that.
Ты видишь его?
And the fact that it was recorded on a fucking toaster. I mean, we can't really tell what the hell it is.
Нихуя уебал. Пошли нахуй отсюда. Пошли быстрее.
So are these two examples of Russian Yetis, or just elaborate hoaxes? Let me know what you think down in the comments. The albino Bigfoot. Residents of Carbondale, Pennsylvania have been reporting strange sightings and bizarre noises from the woods for weeks. Some of the odd reports mentioned something that looked like a monkey or ape, even though, of course, no such animals can be found in the region. Allegedly, one night a Carbondale resident heard bizarre sounds emanating from the woods behind his home. He grabbed his video camera and went to investigate. As if this incident weren't bizarre enough, what made this report different from most Bigfoot sightings is that the creature seems to be covered in striking, all-white fur. As usual, online debate was fierce. Many claimed that the video was simply a man in a suit and a mask. Some video analysts claimed that when slowed down, the animal can actually be seen to blink as it moves from the light and move its mouth. But what do you think? Is this an albino Bigfoot caught on camera? Or just a guy in a really nice white Sasquatch suit? You decide.
I mean, we have to break down like some of the key factors here when we see stuff like this. And one of the ones that doesn't get talked about a lot is like he went out on an obscure random night because he heard noises. And then he just happened to I don't know if you guys listening live by foresty areas, right? But like once you get in there, there's so much space and so much room and so many trees and so much foliage. Like it's mind-boggling to me that he went into this forest and just happened to perfectly come across what he was looking for, right? Like You could explore forest all night looking for one thing and not see it even once. So like, and that's like ask hunters, right? Ask anyone that hunts. They'll sit there for 12 hours looking for a fucking deer or an elk or something like that, and not even see one. Like it's just the odds of it happening just so perfectly that he's within feet of this Sasquatch, this albino Sasquatch, and happens to capture perfectly its face. Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, fucking right. Whose chair is this? Not my chair, not my problem.
Eyes in the woods. This next video poster does not claim to be any kind of Bigfoot hunter or Sasquatch investigator. Nevertheless, he was understandably shaken up one night when his two 200-pound English Mastiffs came up to the patio door of his cabin in the woods, begging to be let back inside. Curious as to what could have possibly spooked the two huge canines, he grabbed his flashlight and shined it into the woods. He was shocked to see what looked like two eyes standing about 7 to 8 feet off the ground, staring right back at him.
There it is again. That mother whatever it is. There that is. It's two forward-facing eyeballs that are just staring right the at it's turning its head. Hey, are you gonna do anything about this mother whatever it is up here?
He's like,
You scared
fuck that.
Huh? What are you guys scared about? Why don't you go outside? Jesus. Where'd that thing go?
Probably want to take my eyes off of it.
Up there. Move! There it is. It looked right at me.
I mean, I don't really see, like, obviously we're looking at this thing, right? But I don't see how that's like 7, 8 feet.
I see it turned its head again. You know, I see these Bigfoot videos and they got the grainy and then I always wonder, why don't they just go running at it? But it's dark up in that hill and I ain't going. And if the dogs won't go outside, whoa.
Now, there's no evidence that this is a Bigfoot creature, and the poster doesn't even claim that it is. But he does say that the spot where the eyes can be seen is at a height of around 7 to 8 feet, with no trees or anything else for an animal to perch on. So something very tall was staring at him. It managed to spook his two massive, very protective English Mastiffs. So that alone is creepy enough. But if you need a clip of a supposed Bigfoot taking an even closer look, there's this clip.
Well, let's talk about that last one a little bit. I think so far in the video that was the most compelling one, just because it didn't seem like it was something that's just completely staged or edited. Maybe that one of the Russian forest where it kind of runs across, that one's hard to tell. It looks like it could be edited as well. But this one's just weird, right? Because I mean, I'm racking my brain. Like, of course it could be a bear standing on 2 legs. That's been seen before. That's not, I mean, it's not common, but it's also not super duper rare. I mean, to scare its dogs, I mean, that could be any type of animal that's bigger or scarier, right? I'm not too put off by that. I don't blame the guy for not running out there. You know, you don't want to put yourself in a dangerous spot where there could be a fucking bear or other mysterious creature that could kill you. I mean, that makes sense, right? Like, I'm vastly different minded because I have gone on Bigfoot explorations, and I do have a polar opposite mindset when it comes to paranormal, right? Like, paranormal, I'm more towards, like, if I see or if I hear or potentially see something, I'm going forward because I'm very curious. Versus out in the wilderness with a Sasquatch or other, potential predators, I'm not. Even if I'm armed, I'm not. Because, I mean, I'm not trying to put myself in a situation where, I got to shoot something that I don't really want to shoot, or, you know, my life could be dependent on if I hit a shot. Like, it's just not worth it. So I don't blame him for not wanting to charge into complete darkness for no reason. So it's an interesting video, but still tough to tell.
The uploader claims that each night the fruit seemed to just mysteriously disappear from his apple and pear trees. So expecting that it could be a raccoon or some other outdoor pest, he set up a camera. When he checked the footage the next day, he was shocked by what he found.
We've seen this one. Doesn't blink.
Now, much like every supernatural clip on the internet, this video has been the subject of much debate. Some say it looks like a mask or a puppet. Some say it can't be a mask because the eyes blink and react to the light. And then others claim that there's no eye reaction at all. So check out the video and decide for yourself. Did this person catch a real-life Sasquatch taking a peek through their window? Or is it just a hoax?
Yeah, I
Let me
don't
know what you think down in the comments.
I think it's a hoax. Puppet's a good call. I mean, that could easily be it. Like I said, this dude set up his camera for one night and just happened to catch a fucking Sasquatch staring into his house. Like, unless he did this like 1,000 nights out of 2 years, 3 years, like, I just don't buy it. Like, the odds of like the perfect circumstances happening, especially in investigations, like, or even setting something up, are so slim, man. Like, unless you have a pattern of something happening, like this guy says his fruit disappears, but like, just to like point it at the tree and then perfectly like the same night or the next night, like there's some creature staring into your house. Like, I just don't buy it. The story just doesn't add up to me.
Comments. The Patterson-Gimlin film.
Oh, well.
The Patterson-Gimlin
Of
film is
course.
considered
I mean, if you guys don't know what this is, it's the most... it was the best faked video to ever exist on the planet, right? Like, I'm pretty sure it's been proven multiple times now, or he admitted that it was a hoax.
to be the most believable Bigfoot video of all time. The 16mm footage was captured all the way back in 1967 near Bluff Creek in Northern California. Roger Patterson caught the footage while filming a horse ride with his friend Robert Gimlin. After spotting the creature, Patterson jumped from his horse to continue filming, which left the film somewhat of a shaky mess. However, through the years, Bigfoot researchers and analysts like M.K. Davis have used various video techniques to stabilize and enhance the film. But going back to the time of the original 1967 filming, the Sasquatch footage was screened for special effects experts at both Walt Disney and Universal Studios. The panels agreed that the footage would be almost impossible for even a professional studio to fake, given the special effects techniques and equipment available at the time. Over 50 years later, Patterson Bigfoot footage remains a heavily debated mystery. No one has ever been able to prove the footage fake or reproduce a similar film. It remains the most believable Bigfoot footage of all time.
I'm pretty sure it got debunked, but I mean, the biggest things with this, right, is, you know, there's a thing, because I've researched this one a lot and read a lot about it, that primates typically don't have the same neck structure as humans do. For example, we can turn our necks like this, like we can look behind a little bit without churning our whole entire body, where apes and other primates have to churn like their whole like shoulder and physical body to be able to look behind. And that's what we kind of see with this primate, is he hears what I'm assuming is this guy on his horse or whatever, and instead of like kind of like peering like this back, he shifts his whole body back. And that's why people debate that that could possibly be a Sasquatch, because it's mimicking that primate movement. On top of the fact that it has a ginormous
67.
dump truck on it, and jokes aside, like that's also seen with a lot of primates, right? Where like gorillas or chimpanzees have big asses, and this looks like
Near Bluff
that
Creek
as
in
well.
Northern California. Roger Patterson caught the footage and jumped from his horse to
I mean, they say that there's never been footage that has been recreated quite like it. I disagree. I think that it's easily mimicked. I mean, it's just, my thing with it is like how casual it is. Right? Like, it's almost like whatever this is, if it isn't a person in a suit or some makeup or whatever we want to call it, why is it so casual? Like, it looks like motherfuckers just strolling in the woods, see something, and he's like, you know what? I don't have the time and energy for that today. Nope, I got shit to do. Doesn't pick up speed, doesn't change anything, and just keeps going. And I also want to question the Pattinson, whoever recorded this, right? Like, he is potentially capturing one of the greatest things ever, which is an undiscovered creature, and he just stops. Like, there's plenty more walking distance, it looks like, over here, and he is on horseback. Like, I would have assumed, unless maybe I just don't know more of the story, I would have assumed that he would have kept trying to film it and keep going down the road. Maybe his horse just couldn't, or whatever it is, but, you know, I feel like the once in a lifetime opportunity, you kind of don't miss out on that. But I don't know. I've seen a lot of really good fakes, and you know, it's tough, right? Like, I don't think it's hard to fake this, right? I mean, this dude looks like he's walking exactly the same. So I still lean towards a guy in a costume, and they took several takes, or, you know, were just filming to be filming, or thought maybe it would be a big hit, go back and like get some notoriety, because you got to think this was in 67, so everything was different. You know, you don't post this to social media and have it go viral. Like, you start going to news outlets, you start going to Hollywood, you know, reporters, all this type of stuff, and people will pick up your video and they'll play it on the news, they'll play it on their, or they'll play it, yeah, on the news, sorry, on television. And then once something's on television, that was kind of like going viral. You know, you got a viral clip on television. So it was such a different dynamic that I really do think that maybe they were just trying to get on TV to gain a little bit of notoriety. and, you know, go from there. But I don't know his history as a filmmaker or a filmer. I don't know if he did anything before or after. I just know about this specific video. But let me know what you guys think. This was a semi-quick for this series episode of some Bigfoot videos, but it was nice. It's nice to change it up a little bit. Let me know if there's anything you guys want to do. I would love to. I've been trying to work on finding some UFO videos again because I really enjoyed breaking those down because that's something that I'm super heavily invested in and, you know, very interested in. So I'll try and find some more. Maybe in the next couple episodes we can do like you know, break down like 6 or 7 of UFO videos again, like we did, I don't know, 10 or 15 episodes ago. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Bigfoot Sasquatch video. Again, this is Factor Cat Paranormal Files. My name is Wes. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.